I'm Christian Augustin with Bayside Chiropractic and Rehab, and we've been doing a series on inflammation. Well, today we're going to talk about a little bit about the therapies, the actual physical therapies we do to help treat your conditions and basically your acute and chronic inflammation. The first therapy I'll talk about is a newer therapy, and it's laser therapy. And with laser therapy, we're using light energy to increase the speed that the tissue heals, and then in turn, obviously reducing inflammation and pain. An example is I have it on a setting right now where we have lumbar disc acute pain, lumbar disc chronic pain, and then lumbar edema for really acute conditions. And we can go through different body regions, and we can treat using light energy because we know that your cells need light to live. So we use that energy to help them heal faster. So this is a very new and unique therapy. And we're going to walk through the office, so if you can follow me. This is our main therapy room, and what we do here, this is an electromyostim machine, also an ultrasound unit. We use both these therapies for different situations, different types of inflammation. Electromyostimulation has a lot of different variances, used a lot for muscle, swelling of the muscle, muscle injuries, loosening muscles. We can also use ultrasound to bring in local blood flow to help decrease inflammatory chemicals in a localized region. Example, a joint, a wrist, an elbow. So we use both these to treat inflammation and hence reduce pain. One other interesting therapy we have is we use massage therapy. And we use a chair that's like having 5 massage therapists working on you at the same time. Basically, this chair can do anti-gravity, it can stretch you, it can work on certain areas, it works on your feet. It actually has air bladders that help pump blood through the system. So we're treating using this. A lot of times I'll use this prior to an adjustment to loosen and decrease stress and decrease tightness in the muscles before I treat a person. Most of the time I don't charge for this. This is just something extra prior to an adjustment. So let's go to our next room, which is just down the hall. Right here, this is our decompression room. And in the decompression room, this is one of our main therapies. We use mechanical traction, which is computerized. This is basically the computer module. Then we use belts, which traction the spine. We can do a neck traction with this device, which lays on the top of the table, and we can hook it up and traction your neck, or we can do lumbar with the belt. We can lay you on your stomach, on your back, on your side. And what we're doing here is we're trying to actually distract the spine and the muscles and the joints and help with disc injuries, facet injuries. L5-S1 disc is a common thing that people have. L4, L5 disc, sciatica, people that have experienced sciatica or pain running down their arms. And we use this therapy and it provides a lot of relief. So it's one of the main therapies in the office. So let's go into the last room here. This room is where I spend most of my time. This is an adjusting table. It does different things. I can use different adjusting techniques. Raises up and down. These are drop tables, so they actually can bounce up. They use basically hydraulics and air compressors to bounce up and down. So what we do here is we do the adjustment, which helps with joints, gets the joints moving right, great with osteoarthritis, joint conditions, anything like that, because movement actually decreases inflammation. Our body was designed to move, so when it's not moving properly, we're going to have a lot of pain and inflammation in those joints. What we also do is I work with a lot of people that play a lot of sports, soccer players, basketball players. I had a cheerleader a few weeks ago that does competitive cheerleading. When they have, mild and moderate injuries, we do a lot of kinesiotaping, which can be used in different ways. Sometimes in the acute inflammation where we try to decrease swelling, sometimes more in the recovery phase where we stabilize the muscles, sometimes in the chronic phase if the condition needs to be stabilized even more, and especially prior to another event or if they have a game or something like that, we want to get this on them so they don't either re-injure or injure the area more. What we also do is I use a lot of different types of myofascial release creams and different, one of them that you might know is Icy Hot, but there's different varieties with different natural chemicals in it to help relieve with pain. I do a little bit of trigger point work, and then we also do a form of stretching called proprioceptive neurofacilitation, which helps lengthen the muscles so that when they're tight and they're short, they can cause the joints to be put under a lot of pressure. So we want to lengthen your muscles out to their normal length so they function properly. You're also stronger that way. And we do various other things in the office. And this was a quick tour of what we do to help with acute chronic inflammation, no matter what the actual cause is. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to call our office. Our number is 990-8388. We'd be more than happy to answer any questions or see you or come in for a consultation. If you do, remember my name is Christian Augustin. It's Bayside Chiropractic and Rehab. And the number again is 990-8388, area code 251. Thank you.